Funding and promotional consideration for HiQ are provided by Rio Grande University's main campus, Wing to Wing Foundation, and the Total Media Group. Today, these two teams begin their quest to be the winners of this inaugural Southeastern Ohio tournament on HiQ. And now, from the campus of Rio Grande University, here is the host of HiQ, Ernie Anderson.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome to our second game of our inaugural season here at Rio Grande University in the beautiful campus here in Rio Grande, Ohio. Of course, we thank Total Media and Wing to Wing as well for being our corporate sponsors this season. And I hope that you watched the game last week, and here we go with our second game. Last week, if you were watching, or you weren't, Alexander defeated a very good Northwest team by only 20 points, 165 to 145. So we'll see how this game turns out. We're going to start with our buzzer round, and here we go. You'll see the choices up on your screen. You ring in and answer. If you're correct, you'll get 5 points. If you're incorrect, the other team will get a chance to pick one of the other 3 choices. With that, here we go. Jedediah Smith, Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, Kit Carson. In the 1840s, this frontiersman from near Richmond, Madison County, Kentucky, was hired as a guide by John C. Fremont, whose expeditions covered much of California, Oregon, and the Great Basin area. Who was this man? A veteran of the Mexican-American, American Indian, and American Civil Wars. Somebody will ring in and take a guess. Just individual effort. All right, Aiden's going to try.
Davy Crockett.
Not that one. Devin.
Jedediah Smith.
How about Kit Carson? No relation to Johnny Carson, the great talk show host. Next set of choices: Paul Laurence Dunbar House, Jewel Cave, Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse. Which of these national monuments is not located in South Dakota?
Crazy Horse?
And hang on, Allie?
Crazy Horse?
Not Crazy Horse. And Olivia?
Jewel Cave.
Actually, it's Paul Laurence Dunbar House in Dayton, Ohio. How about that? Baltimore, New York City, Cleveland, Maryland. Congratulations, you've been accepted to America's first research university, founded in 1876. To which city will you travel? And who's trying? Macy.
New York City?
Not that great city, not the Big Apple. Somebody in Minford will try. Lillian.
Baltimore?
It is Baltimore, so you've scored the first point in the game here. How about let's try some rivers for you now. Yangtze, Danube, Zambezi, and Amazon. According to the World Atlas, in maximum depth, the Congo is the deepest at 720 feet, at 656 feet, which is second. Second to the Congo as maximum depth deepest. Yangtze, Danube, Zambezi, Amazon. And Devin.
Zambezi.
Not the Zambezi. Allie.
Amazon?
It's the Yangtze. Try this one. Eating disorder, PTSD, epilepsy, schizophrenia. Among notable persons who suffered from this included John Nash, Vincent van Gogh, Mary Todd Lincoln, and singer-actor Aaron Carter. It may result in a mix of hallucinations, delusions, and disorganized thinking. Devin?
Schizophrenia.
That's what it is. Schizophrenia is right. Picked up another 5. Move on to our 6th question in our buzzer round of 10 questions. Stephen Sondheim, Aaron Copland, Scott Joplin, Leonard Bernstein. Which Massachusetts native gave us the West Side Story Broadway musical, Candide and Elia Kazan's On the Waterfront, and conducted the New York Philharmonic for 11 seasons? Sondheim, Copland, Joplin, Bernstein, or Bernstein. You take a pick. Which of those? One of those 4 is the correct answer. And Paige.
Stephen Sondheim?
Not Sondheim. All right, Ian.
Joplin.
It was Leonard Bernstein. Try another Ohio question. Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus, Chillicothe. Which Ohio city is located at the confluence of the Licking and Ohio rivers? Devin.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is right. Scored another 5. Now then, Office Depot, Spencer's, Bed Bath & Beyond, IKEA. Which of those retailers is not based in the United States? Devin.
IQ.
IKEA is in, does anybody know?
Sweden.
Sweden is right. Now then, walnut, butterfly, pear, chestnut. It's part of your endocrine system and controls many of your body's important functions by producing and releasing hormones. Located at the front of your neck under your skin is your thyroid, which is shaped like what? And Aiden
Butterfly.
is right. Good. You're on the board with that 5. And our final question in our buzzer round, and it's an audio question, so listen carefully. Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Kimmel. Listen to this clip about the airlines and name the comedian.
Thank you, Southwest Airlines, for making people on Spirit feel like...
All right, Aiden.
Jimmy Fallon.
That is Jimmy Fallon. Nicely done. Everybody always has something to say about the airlines these days. All right, that ends our buzz around. Again, a great game to start our second game of our inaugural season here on the campus of Rio Grande University, 20-10 in favor of Minford. We'll be back to talk to our team captains, find out more about their schools, where they're from, and so forth when IQ returns.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing, by getting involved in the work, and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
Go on, me. Thank you. Welcome back to High Q. Minford leads Logan by 10, 20-10 in the early going after our buzzer round. Now, before we begin the bonus round, we're going to find out about our teams. We're going to go to Minford, the mighty Minford Falcons, who were with me on the Marshall University tournament this year, and find out more about them for our inaugural season here at Rio Grande University. So Devin's our captain. Devin, talk to me about Minford.
We're a smaller school around the Portsmouth, Ohio area. We used to be more sports orientated in our school, but now we're leaning more towards the arts and humanities. Our marching band had a very successful year this year, set school history for being the first band to go to state and get a 1 twice in a row.
Nice.
We also have a great musical program and art program that really just supports the students.
Terrific. Who's your coach, your principal there?
Our principal is Mr. Mollmeister, and we're joined today by our amazing coach, Miss Henry.
All right. And your teammates here with you on this particular round are?
This is Anley, Elijah, and Alyssa down at the end.
All right. Welcome back, and good luck in the second round. Now let's turn our attentions to Logan. And Allie, tell me all about Logan.
Logan is in the Hocking County, near the Hocking Hills area, which is very beautiful. We take pride in our sports and our arts programs. And with me are Maisie, Shay, Ian, and our wonderful coach, Mrs. Collins. And we have 3 principals, Mr. Hacker, Mr. Groh, and Mr. Spriggs.
3 principals. Now, how many students overall do you think, roughly, maybe
Probably
in the school?
Around 1,000.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, altogether.
Well, 3 principals, they have to, keep track of that many kids. All right. Well, welcome. And welcome back to our bonus round now, which will start with Minford. It's a sports question. I give them a 10-point clue. They can guess on the 10-point clue. If they're right, they go to the other part of the bonus. Or They may ask for more information on the 5-point clue. Sports. The Cleveland Guardians have a AAA minor league affiliate in Columbus with what nickname? That's your 10-point clue.
We like the 5-point.
All right, a term for a speedy merchant sailing vessel. It's also the nickname of a pro NBA franchise in Los Angeles. A barber might use these when cutting or styling your hair.
Clippers.
Clippers is right, so you pick up another 5 on that. Now you get to go to the other part of the bonus. This is the 5, 10, 15. For 5 points, and 10 and 15, 8 U.S. states begin with the letter N. I'll give you 5 points for naming 2 of them, 10 more for 3 more, and 15 for the other 3. All beginning with N. And when you're ready to give me 2 of those for 5 points, begins with N. Okay, just now for the 5-pointers. Yeah, just for the 5-point part now. Give me 2.
Nebraska and North Dakota.
Are correct. Now I will give you, if you can name 3 more, I'll give you 10 more points.
New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire.
Are correct. And the other 3 for 15.
Nevada, New Mexico, and North Carolina.
You got them all for the 30 points total. And that's nicely done. Brings you up to 55. All right, let's go back to you now for a person question, Logan. Here's your 10-point clue. Many of his religious writings remained unpublished until the 20th century, including his philosophy of Jesus in 1983, 157 years after his death. Even though he was baptized in his youth, he spurned later biblical views of Christianity.
Can we have the 5-point question, please?
Sure. Who is this man pictured on Mount Rushmore, whose vice presidents were Aaron Burr and George Clinton?
Thomas Jefferson.
That's the guy. So you pick up that for 5, and now your bonus begins with Mac, M-A-C. 5-point clue. From Turkish for napkin, it's a webbing made of hand-knotted yarn used for wall decorations and most popular in the Victorian era. It adorned most homes and items such as tablecloths, bedspreads, and curtains. Today, necklaces, anklets, and bracelets have become popular forms of this type of jewelry. Name this 3-syllable Mac. It begins with M-A-C.
Macrame.
Macrame is right. So you pick up the 5 there. Now for 10 more. Invented in the early 1800s, this type of road is paved with layers of compacted broken stone. It's also a 3-syllable word beginning with M-A-C or Mac. Any guess on that?
No.
All right. You can take the 10 points, Devin and team, if you know. Any guess? That is McAdam. All right, so we go back to you, Devin, and team for countries. For 10 points, Mount Aconcagua is the highest peak in the Western Hemisphere. These 2 countries border it. Mount Aconcagua, the highest peak in the Western Hemisphere. These 2 countries border it is your 10-point clue.
Can we have the 5?
Sure. Name these 2 South American countries whose capitals are Santiago and Buenos Aires.
Argentina and Brazil.
No? You pick up the 5 and go on to the bonus, Logan, if you know.
Argentina and Chile.
Chile, yes, is the other. Chile, Santiago, Chile, and Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now let's see what you know about the Wright brothers for your bonus. Here's your 5-pointer. What were their first names?
Wilbur and Orville.
Uh-huh. They were from which U.S. state, and in what state did their first flight take place? So 2 answers. They were from which U.S. state, and in what state did their first flight take place?
Ohio and North Carolina.
Right, for another 10. So you get, you're up to 40 now for 15, tie score. What three-word North Carolina town was later founded and developed on the site of the Wright brothers' first controlled powered airplane flights, December 17, 1903, chosen for its good winds? Kitty Hawk, popularly noted as the site of the famous flights, is approximately 4 miles to the north and was the nearest settlement at the time of the famous flight. K, D, H are the initials of this three-word North Carolina town.
We don't know.
Do you know for 15?
Kitty Demure Hawk.
It's Kill Devil Hill. All right, we'll have another 5, 10, 15 if we get past this foreign language bonus for you for 10 points. In Russian, the word is nichivo. In Latin, nihil. And in French, rien. You want the 5-point clue?
Yes, please.
What is this word, which in Spanish is nada?
Nothing.
Nothing is right. Nothing gets you 5 points. Now, you can't say that very often, can you? All right, our final bonus is bubonic plague. Oh, kids, I hope you've avoided the bubonic. For 5 points, what was the colorful name for the plague is your 5-point question.
Black Death.
Say again.
Black Death.
Yes, Black Death or Black Plague, either of those. The plague was an infection of the lymphatic system, usually resulting from the bite of an infected insect and or a rodent named either.
Rat.
Rat is right. Tied the score. Will you break it with this 15-pointer? Flea is the other one, by the way. The mortality rate of the original Black Death was in what century, which was far greater than the worst 20th century outbreaks? What century? Alec.
15th.
No? You can take the 15 if you know, Devin.
16.
It's the 14th, actually, from 1347 to 1351. All right, we have a tie score, and we'll go to the 60-second round here. And since Logan caused the tie, they will get to pick first from among these three categories. The end is in quotation marks, NFL stadiums, you'll name the state, and Dr. Seuss. Interesting categories. When HiQ returns.
At Ryle, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing, by getting involved in the work, and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
Nice, thank you. We have a scoring adjustment. It's 60 to 55 in favor of Logan. So that means Minford gets to pick first from among those three categories we told you before the break. The end, NFL stadiums name the state, or Dr. Seuss. Which category for you, Devin and team?
We like the end.
Wouldn't we all? What would we do if we knew when the end was? All right, by the way, all your answers will end with END. All right, you ready to play? Here we go. That part of the earnings of a company distributed to its shareholders.
Dividend.
To remove the faults or errors in. To correct.
Mend.
To add on, usually to the end of something, such as to a clause onto a contract.
Amend.
No. To serve as an omen or a warning.
Pass.
To rise above or go beyond.
Ascend.
Yes. A Wisconsin-based clothing retailer specializing in casual clothing, luggage, and home furnishing.
Pass.
A title and form of address for a preacher.
Reverend.
To look over, watch over, care for.
Tend.
Huh? An unexpected thing or event particularly welcome and timely as from above.
Pass.
To reprove or find fault with is your last one.
Offend.
No? You did 5 of those. That gives you 105 points. All right. On those words that end with END, to add on, usually to the end of something, such as to a clause onto a contract.
Append.
Append is right. Little help from Ian on that one. To serve as an omen or a warning. It's a crossword puzzle clue. I'll work them every day.
Pass.
It's portend. Let's see, a Wisconsin-based clothing retailer specializing in casual clothing, luggage, and home furnishing.
Pass.
It's Land's End.
Oh.
An unexpected thing or event particularly welcome and timely as though from above.
Pass.
Godsend.
Oh.
And to reprove or find fault with. Answer?
Contend.
It's reprehend. So you picked up one of theirs. That brings you to 70. Now, which are the remaining categories for you?
NFL stadiums. Name the state.
Okay, NFL stadiums. You're going to name the state. We've come through, by the time you see this, the Super Bowl and all that stuff. So we'll find out what you know. And here we go. Allegiant Stadium.
Washington.
No. Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Georgia.
Yes. Nissan Stadium.
Colorado.
No. Northwest Stadium.
California.
No. Paycor Stadium.
Ohio.
Right. Raymond James Stadium.
Tennessee.
No. State Farm Stadium.
Florida.
No. U.S. Bank Stadium.
Ohio.
No. Time runs out. So we've got through 8, and you picked up 2. All right, let's see if you can name the state where you'll find Allegiant Stadium.
Pass.
The Raiders play in Nevada. Nissan Stadium.
California.
That's the Titans playing in Tennessee. Northwest Stadium.
New York.
The Commanders play in Maryland. Raymond James Stadium.
Utah.
That's the Bucks, so it'll be Florida. State Farm Stadium.
South Carolina.
No, just like a good neighbor, the Cards play there in Arizona. And the U.S. Bank Stadium.
Georgia.
Minnesota, the Vikings play there. So you didn't pick up any of theirs, but you're at 105 and you're at 90. And we will begin the Stump the Experts round. We'll have category rounds, and the final 4 will be back to the buzzers when High Q returns.
At Ryle, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing. by getting involved in the work and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
Thank you, and welcome back to High Q. Another great game, our second game of our inaugural season here on the campus of Rio Grande University, 105-90 in favor of the mighty Minford Falcons. We'll see how it fares, though, fares in our fourth round. We call Stump the Experts, back to the category rounds for the first part of it. Then we get back to the buzzer round. So, Minford, we'll start with you on Roman numerals. The 1953 dystopian novel by American writer Ray Bradbury presents an American society where books have been personified and outlawed, and firemen burn any that are found. It's Fahrenheit 451. How would that be expressed in Roman numerals? 451.
Good idea.
Elijah, Alyssa, you captaining? Okay.
Yes. LV.
451.
LVX1.
No? Ian's going to try. Allie, are you captaining or Aiden?
I am.
Okay.
IVLMI.
How about CDLI? CDLI is 451. All right, now your Roman numerals category. Brave New World is the dystopian novel by English author Aldous Huxley, written in 1931 and published in 1932. What would be that publishing date? 1932 in Roman numerals. Be back to Roman numeral class for all of our students after this. Maybe not. How about 1932 in Roman numerals?
Pass.
All right. Alyssa, any guess?
CVDI.
How about MCMXXXII? That would be
Yeah.
1930.
Second guess.
Double meaning. It's back to you. So it's a question that can have several meanings. This is the last name of the man who was granted a patent for the sewing machine, and also names a warbler, crooner, or vocalizer. So the same name, of course, proper name to begin, and the other is lowercase.
Watson.
No. Allie?
Singer.
Singer is right. So you pick up another 10. Your double meanings. A person who attempts to attract patrons to entertainment events, such as a circus by exhorting passing members of the public, announcing attractions of the show, and emphasizing variety, novel, beauty, or some other enticing feature of the show, and is also the last name of the longest host of The Price is Right.
Barker.
Bob Barker. 35 years he hosted that great show. No comment on the current host. All right. So you pick up another 10, 110, 105. Man, what a great game. We're back to you for, if you follow Marshall University, this might be easy. Chad Pennington led Marshall to the 1995 NCAA Division I AA football championship game, which Marshall lost to Montana 22-20. After Marshall, Chad played for two NFL teams. Name them both. He was with one for 8 seasons, one for 3 seasons, and now he's a commentator and a coach in high school. Any guesses on those two NFL teams?
Browns and the Bengals.
No? Give you the 10 if you know.
Browns and the Steelers.
He was with the Jets for 8 seasons and the Dolphins for his last 3 seasons. How about son of Marshall for you now? Byron Leftwich twice received MAC MVP honors. Byron was the MVP of the 2000 Motor City Bowl, gaining recognition after quarterbacking a game I was at, a 64-61 overtime victory over East Carolina in the 2001 GMAC Bowl. After Marshall, Byron was a member of 3 NFL teams, including a Super Bowl winning team. Name any 2 of the 3.
Patriots and Seahawks.
No? Get you 10 points and put you in the lead by 5 if you know.
Patriots and the Steelers.
No, he wasn't with the Patriots. He was with the Bucks, the Steelers, and the Falcons. All right, so that ends the category part, 110 to 105, and now the buzzer round. These are 10 points apiece. Wait to be recognized, and you get a choice of 5 possible answers. Here we go. Tercet, quatrain, sestet, quintet, nonet. In poetry, stanzas are usually groupings of lines. A group of 6 lines is called a what? And we're looking at Aiden.
Sestet.
Sestet is right for another 10. Things are 120. Them, this, that, these, those. A demonstrative pronoun is a word used to stand in for a noun. They are used to point to something or someone specific. Which of those informal standard English cannot be classified as a demonstrative pronoun? And Alyssa?
That.
No? Aiden?
These.
It's them. All right. Nepal, New Zealand, U.S., Ecuador, Russia. From which country was mountaineer, explorer, and philanthropist Sir Edmund Hillary from? Alyssa?
New Zealand.
Is right for another 10. Brings you up to 115, 120 for Logan, and this one for both teams. Lithium, potassium, manganese, iridium, mercury. Flame tests are useful because gas excitations produce a signature line emission spectrum for an element. Very few elements give off a violet color when heated. Which one of those does give off a violet color? Don't talk. Elijah.
Potassium.
Potassium is right for another 10. Brings you to 125, 120 for Logan. We'll check that score and make sure we're all right here in the house when High Q returns.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing, by getting involved in the work, and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome back. Our second game here, the inaugural season on the campus of Rio Grande University here in Rio Grande, Ohio, saw another barn burner, as we call them, 125 to 120 in favor of Minford. So Minford, you will meet Alexander, the winner of last week's game, to see who moves on in our tournament. Logan, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it, and all of you in your purple, my co-favorite color with blue, and we'll see you again here soon. Ernie G. Anderson reminding you to adopt a spayed or neutered pet for a lifetime of love, like I did with my Bark Twain. That was the name they gave him, and I thought, that's too clever. I can't change that. Barky Boy is something else. God bless you. We'll see you next time here on High Q.
This is Jason Filia speaking for High Q at Rio Grande University, an Ernie Anderson production.